Hello and welcome to the 61st episode of the NDTV Auto Show, and on this week's episode we have a delectable lineup of cars and motorcycles just for you. And we start off the episode with the review of the Hero Glamour X125, Hero's latest 125cc motorcycle and the world's first mass market commuter bike to get a cruise control. Is it really of any benefit? What are the latest updates and features on the Glamour X125? My colleague Anirban Mitra finds out.
Amused by the success of Extreme 125R, Hero MotoCorp, India's largest two-wheeler manufacturer, has launched an updated top-of-the-line variant of Glamour, calling it the X. The price ranges from 90,000 rupees for the drum variant and 1 lakh rupees ex-showroom for the disc variant. But the key highlight here has to be the slew of features that are unheard of in the segment and in fact in the mass market segment. To begin with, this motorcycle gets cruise control and it has worked quite nicely in my run today. You plonk it on cruise control mode and it sails at a particular speed. The engine is same as the Extreme 125R, 124.7cc single cylinder air-cooled motor that makes 11.5 horsepower, 10.5 Nm of peak torque. It's mated to a 5-speed gearbox. The clutch is light, gear shifts are slick, and overall control of the motorcycle is light and precise. The motorcycle tips scales at 125 kilograms. The disc is slightly heavier by 2 kilograms. Overall, it's a very manageable motorcycle. The engine is largely refined, and on a day-to-day basis, you can expect a mileage of around 60 to 65 kilometers to a liter of petrol. Hero Glamour's primary competition would be in the form of Hyundai SP125, and with the new iteration there are a few new color options to choose from, total of 5, and a matte has also been included in the palette. There are extra plastic around the fuel tank giving it a bit of muscle. The handlebar has been widened. It's wider by 30 millimeters than before, which means you are seated upright. Foot pegs are slightly forward set but largely comfortable. The seat is spacious, long, and 2 people abreast would be quite comforting here. There's a grab rail, and overall aesthetics of the motorcycle is very familiar, commuterish, and overall slight changes in design go with the appeal of the X. Also new to the system is a fully colored screen here. It comes with a slew of features, connectivity, navigation, Bluetooth connectivity, and also it has got ride modes now, and it is not a gimmick. In fact, the throttle response changes as you shift through the 3 ride modes. In the power mode, where you have that bit of excitement, you back the throttle open, you feel that extra bit of punch. Bring it down to eco, it feels lethargic, and quite understandably it's to manage more mileage for you. It's an upright motorcycle, comes with a fairly big windscreen. In fact, if you want to get into accessory market, there's plenty that Hero is offering with this motorcycle. You can have a backrest, the seat can be changed, there's a tank pad, there are knuckle guards, and there are plenty of things you can buy from Hero itself. Overall, it's a motorcycle, very likable, largely refined, and features have really gone one step above this segment. But is it enough to take on the legacy of Shine? Well, that is something that time will tell. Largely, I've been happy with this motorcycle, and if you're planning to buy this, it will set you back by 1 lakh rupees ex-showroom for the disc variant, and I expected if ABS was considered, well, that could have been one chink in the armor for Hero again. Now this motorcycle has got suspension setup. In the front it has got telescopic, at the rear it's got twin coil suspension, and company has not given a monoshock as we have seen in the Extreme 125, and I think it's a fairly decent call. It offers a supple ride quality when it goes over bad and broken patches, and especially where it will be doing most of its duties in tier 2, tier 3 market. The braking is slightly woody, especially if you are considering all drum brakes. Disc is fairly good, but I still expected ABS could have been considered, especially with the norm of making ABS standardized across two-wheelers coming into effect from 2026. Hero MotoCorp, I think it's a missed opportunity, could have considered a single channel ABS at least, and also the rear tire is slightly skinny to my liking, especially cruising at 80 kilometers an hour on the highway. It feels slightly wobbly, and I think it could have done a whole lot of difference in confidence if slightly thicker rubber would have been offered at the rear. So that was the review of Glamour X, which sits between the regular Glamour and the Extreme 125R. Fairly decent motorcycles, and I think it has got more hits than misses.
my line of work, no 2 days are similar, but some of them are truly memorable, and today is going to be one of those days. It's a really exciting day because I'm here at Buddh International Circuit to drive all the Porsches that are available in India. Yes, I'm going to drive the 911s, I'm going to drive their Macans, their EVs. So it is going to be an absolutely exciting day. Join me as I take you through this journey. The Porsche World Roadshow at the Buddh International Circuit showcased Porsche's full lineup. GT cars like 911 GT3 RS and 718 Spider RS, SUVs like the Cayenne and electric model, including the Taycan and Macan EV, highlighting Porsche's growing focus on India. First up was the 718 Spider RS in this striking Guards red color. It packs a 4-litre flat 6 naturally aspirated with 500 HP and 500 Nm and does 0 to 100 kph in 3.4 seconds. But today it was showing off its agility on the slalom. With active suspension, torque vectoring, a rear locking differential and variable ratio steering, the Spider RS showed just how sharp and precise it really is. So the first challenge for the day is slalom. We are in Spider RS and I'm trying to do as fast as I can on this slalom track. Let's go. From that flat 6 soundtrack, it was time to go quiet, but quick, really quick. It does 0 to 100 in just 2.4 seconds, and that's what we were experiencing. With 770 HP and up to with 952 HP in overboost, the surge is instant. And despite weighing over 2 tons, its braking is just as fierce, reining in all that speed with ease. तो अब मैं हूँ Porsche Cayenne में, जो कि आपको पता ही है Porsche की SUV है। तो अब SUV के अंदर कुछ SUV क्रेडेंशियल्स तो होने चाहिए ना, तो अब हम इसको लेकर जा रहे हैं एक ऑफ रोडिंग ट्रैक पर to see what it can do. सबसे पहले ये incline टैकल करेंगे हम. Okay, let's do this. It's quite a steep incline.
And always look a little bit straight, give me the direction.
Quite a steep incline and Cayenne manages it absolutely easily. और अब हम चेक करेंगे इसका आर्टिकुलेशन. इस एक्सरसाइज को कभी कभी चिकन कूप भी कहते हैं, तो अब हम उसके साथ जाएंगे. All we have to do is take the wheels one by one slowly. Easy on the brake. Slowly does it. अब एक steep incline है और उसके बाद गड्ढा बना के काफ़ी बड़ा यहाँ पर एक हिल सा बनाया है. So उसके ऊपर almost 60-70 डिग्रीज पर नीचे जाएंगे. फन इसलिए भी बिकॉज मुझे ऊंचाई से बहुत डर लगता है. And every time I see that when we are coming down, my heart skips a beat. But डर के आगे ही तो जीत है. Alright, ये सबसे ज़्यादा मुश्किल साइड लगती है मुझे.
This time you don't go left, you see already the Cayenne in position, my right Cayenne. He's already at the exit. Make a big swing to the left now. Left, that the other guys can go easily out of the exit. So, next car up.
And now it's time to experience Porsche Macan Turbo EV. Yes, we are going to drive the Macan EV on the track, and that also means we have to be a little bit more careful because first of all there's a lot of extra weight and the acceleration on these cars is just insane. There's another third point, and that's the braking, because this one also has recuperation braking, so we have to make sure that we get well adjusted to understand how long it takes for it to brake. So we are going to experience all of that and more on the track now. Next up, the Macan Turbo EV. In normal mode, power delivery is smooth but strong. Switch to Sports Plus and 640 HP with 1000 Nm takes over. Despite its over 2400 kg curve weight, it stays composed through corners, turns in eagerly, and brakes naturally without the spongy feel some EVs have. In the GT4 RS now, ready to roll, and here we go on the track. Then came the car which I personally enjoyed the most, the 718 Cayman GT4 RS. Its 4-litre flat-6 engine delivers 493 HP and 450 Nm and revs up to 9000 RPM. It hits 100 kph in 3.4 seconds with a top speed of 315 kph. On the track, the handling was razor sharp, the chassis taut, and the car felt telepathic. Only regret was we were in a convoy, which meant holding back more than my wish. We wanted to carry more speed, but because we are in a convoy, it wasn't allowed. But so much fun. So much fun. We could have had more though. Don't you think? The Porsche World Roadshow at BIC wasn't just about speed. It was about experiencing Porsches in full. From the force of the Taycan Turbo S to the precision of the GT4 RS and the agility of Macan EV, every lap proved why this brand continues to thrill enthusiasts across the globe. With over 350 participants, 10 days of driving, and the full lineup pushed to its limits, Porsche has sent a clear message. India's appetite for performance is alive and growing, and the brand is here to fuel it.
I got the SUV which has the craziest amount of traction in the market, the Hyundai Creta. Does the electric make as much sense as its ICE counterparts? Well, we will try to delve into those aspects in today's video. Last year, we saw a new design language with the Creta. Thankfully, the electric is on the same lines. It's boxy, upright, and in my books, looks much better than the curvy, rounded Creta that was there in between. 17-inch wheels, spans almost 4.5 meters in length. This is a proper 5-seater electric SUV, which your family would love because features are a lot. The list is really long. Twin display units, 10.25-inch size each of them, and they are vibrant, get poppy colors. But more than that, I really feel the cabin is well loaded. It gets a panoramic sunroof, Bose speakers, wireless charging. Since it's an electric, there is a lot of space freed up, so you can throw in small and big things together, which means it's a spacious cabin. The driver's seat is electrically adjustable. However, the electric adjustment misses out on the co-driver seat. These seats get ventilation feature, and overall there is a sense of premiumness inside the cabin. Privacy shields, tray table, armrest with cup holders, dedicated AC vents, and space, which I kind of like it. Good amount of thigh support. Headroom is okay if I'm till 6'1" or 6'2". The incline is also good. Couple of adjustable headrests. I think the sense of space inside the cabin is good. But I must remind you, Kia has also launched the Cadence Clavis EV. Similar price point, you get the sense of 7 seats inside that car. Would you prefer that over the Creta EV? 18 lakh to 23.5 lakh rupees ex-showroom is what Hyundai is asking for the Creta EV. In fact, in terms of powertrain options, both motor and the battery pack, they look similar on paper with the Kia Cadence Clavis. 2 battery packs on offer. One is a 42 kilowatt hour battery pack, which promises, the motor with it promises 135 horsepower, and the one I'm driving, the long range variant, it comes with a 52.4 kilowatt hour battery pack. Now that promises 473 kilometers to a single charge, gets a more powerful 171 horsepower front motor, and that motor also makes same amount of torque, 250 Newton meters. However, top end variant, the price gap is almost a lakh. The Kia is expensive. Charging time with the 11 kilowatt AC wall box charger is roughly 5 hours. For most practical purposes, the Creta EV will make you happy. But looking at the market at this point in time, if you are spending close to 25 lakh rupees, your bet might just well be on the BE6, which is a much advanced, maybe more fun to drive with a rear wheel drive setup. And also Tata has come out with a Harrier, which again is more powerful, gets rear wheel structure. So maybe in terms of driving dynamics, there are cars made in India. If you're looking for a funky, little different and fun, fast to drive SUV, well, Mahindra and Tata's could be a good bet for you. But then Creta has an immense pull. The badge brings a lot of value to it. What are your thoughts? I'd love to know.
Now it's been really long that Volvo has introduced an all new product in the Indian market, but now they finally have decided to, and it is the all new offering called the Volvo EX30. Now it will be also their smallest offering in the Indian market, and this car will sit below the EX40, or how do all of us know it, the XC40 Recharge. Now what is special about the EX30, how good it is to drive, and what's the kind of range that it delivers, we'll find that out. Now in terms of looks, the EX30 is not a cut from the same cloth as the XC60 or the XC90. Now it does get a slew of Volvo-ish patterns, but in a slightly different tone this time. For example, the Thor Hammer style LED DRLs, they are there but in a pixelated form. And so is the case with the rear tail lamps, which does have the Volvo insignia, but again in a pixelated form. The overall design, it looks very goofy, very cute to me, slightly futuristic. Now I want to talk about the interiors, but to get inside this Volvo, it is a task because you don't get a key. What you get is just this NFC card. So you move here, tap it around, and the car gets unlocked. Get inside the EX30 and you'll realize it's practical, it's quirky, because to start the car, you have to place this card on the wireless phone charging pad, and only then you can get going. Along with that, you get these flexible cup holders. 2 you want, they're there. You want just one, they're also there. You also get a sound bar. So there are in total 9 Harman Kardon speaker, 100 and 1040 watt of sound output. This is the largest ever screen seen on a Volvo. This is 12.3 inches, and the crazy part is, even to control ORVMs or anything for that matter, you'll have to use this screen itself. There are no buttons. The rear seat experience on the EX30 is not all that great because the car is not all that big, but for the size that it possesses, even for that regards, it's not really great, to be honest. Now these seat backs, they come with dedicated mobile phone pockets, which is a good thing because you don't get any center armrest where you can have cup holders or anything of that sort. In fact, there are no bottle holders on the door bins. The doors are also really small, so getting inside and out might be a task for the elderly people. But you should consider the fact that I'm only 5 feet 6 inches tall. Anybody taller than me will not find enough legroom or knee room on the rear bench of EX30. Headroom might not be an issue, and that is largely because it gets a full glass roof, and that's why Volvo has managed to give some space for the rear seat occupants in terms of headroom. In fact, the seat is not all that wide, so sitting 3 abreast over here will be a tough task. और अगर मैं अंडर थाई सपोर्ट की बात करूँ तो वो भी कुछ खास नहीं है. So all in all, it's not the best rear seat experience I have seen in this segment. Now talking of the way how this car drives, well, it comes with a really squat stance and rides on 19-inch tires. So what that means, there is always enough grip, and the dynamics, they are largely sorted. Unlike other Volvos that we have driven lately, the larger ones, they are more about being pompous, they are more about being posh and comfortable. This one, you would actually love to push it around. In fact, the 0 to 100 kmph time is close to 5 seconds. So what that means, this is really quick off the line. And I expect this car to sit at a price tag of around 40 to 45 lakh rupees in the Indian market, so that it goes against the likes of the BYD Atto 3 and the Hyundai Ioniq 5, including the Kia EV6. More crazy about it, you can log on to our YouTube channel, watch the full-blown in-depth review of the Volvo EX30.
Few months ago, there were concerns about China stopping the supply of rare earth metals to India, which could hamper manufacturing of electronics, automobiles and EVs in particular. But now, China has taken India's concerns about rare earth metals, fertilizers and tunnel boring machines into consideration and has assured that it will continue to supply these to India. Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi assured India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar on the same when he was on a 2-day visit to India. Wang Yi's visit comes ahead of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's expected visit to China to attend the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit in Tianjin from August 31st to September 1st. Mahindra has updated the XUV3XO and the XUV3XO RevX models with Dolby Atmos. The audio technology is set to enhance the overall aural experience of the car, giving the Mahindra XUV3XO a significant edge over its rivals. The audio technology debuts with the newly launched XUV3XO RevX, making it the world's first SUV under 12 lakh rupees to offer Dolby Atmos. However, this feature is only restricted to few select variants of the XUV3XO and the XUV3XO RevX. Harley-Davidson has launched the 2025 Street Bob in India. The new and updated model is priced at 18,77,000 rupees ex-showroom. The heavyweight cruiser was on sale in India earlier, but it was discontinued in 2022. It replaces the Fat Bob from Harley's Indian lineup. The 2025 Harley-Davidson Street Bob gets a 1923cc Milwaukee 8 V-twin motor that gets a 6-speed gearbox. The engine makes a peak power output of 91 horsepower and 156 Newton meters of max torque. The overall look stays more or less the same as before, and the motorcycle gets a bunch of electronic rider aids as well. Ola Electric has launched the sportiest version of the S1 electric scooter called the S1 Pro Sport. The electric scooter has been introduced at a starting price of 1,50,000 rupees ex-showroom and comes with a new design. It gets a redesigned front apron with the brand's logo in the center, placed right above the camera, which will be used for ADAS features. The electric scooter also gets Ola's latest OS, Move OS 6, which brings in a host of new features. The scooter has a claimed range of 320 kilometers thanks to its newly designed 4680 type battery. The scooter makes 16 kilowatts and 71 Newton meters. It has a top speed of 152 kilometers per hour, making it one of the quickest electric scooters on sale in India currently. That's all for today from this week's episode of the NDTV Auto Show. We started off the show with the review of the Hero Glamour X125, then of course followed up by the review of the Creta EV, the Porsche Track Day, and of course the weekly news package. What are your thoughts on all of these stories? Do let me know, and do follow us on our social media handles. For all details on all these stories, log on to NDTV Auto.